P.O.L. Review.
Yo, what up everybody? IntraVenus here, back with another episode here on P.O.L Gamer View, also from P.O.L Music. We have here another episode about Spawn collecting, making this part 7 in my ongoing series and my ongoing journey, documented here on YouTube, to collect every Spawn action figure released up until 1996. And that maybe put a caveat there because I'm not sure if I might go a little further. In fact, I probably will, because I'm looking at a really cool Cyber manga Violator. I think it came out in 1998, and I might just have to get that because it looks so cool. I'm not going to go for the whole series. In fact, I'm not even really into the manga stuff, at least not yet. So on this episode, we have several things to talk about, as you can see here in front of me. Stick around and we'll get into part 7 of Spawn retro action figure collecting, y'all. Alright, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Spawn collecting here, guys and gals, kids and cadets, spawns and she spawns and violators,
Vandalizers.
Here we have several figures, and they are from sets 2 and 4. That's right, series 2 and 4. And we're going to start it out with probably my favorite out of all of these. It's really awesome. This is Pilot Spawn, but it is gold Pilot Spawn, special limited edition. Well, you'll see that this guy has fallen back into its spot. The tape, the stickiness is worn off inside the packaging holding his 2 weapons. And so the other one is jiggling around in here. And I'm pretty good at shaking it and then getting them to land in the right spot. Like I just did it. You know, I'm gonna have to jiggle it again because I want to read the back here. So Pilot Spawn is a lot bigger than I thought, and you see here we have the gold variation. He has a little red emblem sticker on his chest. The rest of him is gold. He comes with a handgun, a sword, a rocket that shoots out of his jetpack, all kinds of cool stuff. On the back you'll see the original regular color paint variation of Pilot Spawn. We do have that coming soon, as well as white Pilot Spawn. But for now, this is the first Pilot Spawn that I've collected. So this here just about wraps it up for my Series 2 collection. Of course, there are more versions of Malbolgia. I have 2 here. We'll be talking about that in a second. There's at least one more color variation of Malebolgia that I see on the back. It looks different than the one that I have. And then Angela, there are at least 5 variations of Angela. I have 2 or 3 of them so far. The rest are on their way, including gold, red, and the red one was a special mail away order. Really cool stuff. So, anywho, Pilot Spawn. Let's see what his clip and collect has to say. Pilot Spawn. While employed by the government, Al Simmons learned how to fly some of the world's most advanced top secret spacecraft. For short, low-altitude flights, Pilot Spawn always has his jetpack close by, using it to fly under radar systems and sneak up on his opponents without depleting his finite powers. So cool. Yes, that is gold Pilot Spawn from Series 2. Next up in Series 2, we've got Badrock and his original paint variation. So for Series 2, give you a little bit of information here. As I've mentioned before, they started doing it here, where they would feature a character from another comic book, another line of comics, probably always Image Comics, and this one was the first Youngblood character. After this series, they decided to move on and just make a Youngblood series of its own. But this at the top says from Rob Liefeld's Young Blood. This is Badrock. It's actually in really good condition for the most part, except for this bendiness at the top. I hate it when that happens. It's usually because someone put it in a box and didn't have this upright. You'll see up close, he does have one of his red rockets. There's missiles up here. There's two of them that shoot out of his shoulders. One of them has become untaped, similarly to what has happened to Pilot Spawn, and it is also rocking around in there. It's a little harder to shake into its spot. Badrock, there is at least one other color variation out there I'm pretty sure that I've seen. This is the original, and possibly because this is not a Spawn character, we have a clip and collect on the back, though it's not called clip and collect this time, for Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn. And let's go ahead and read that. It's got a little picture of him. Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn. After successful award-winning stints on such characters as Batman and the Hulk, Todd took Spider-Man to new heights, both sales and style-wise. His latest creation, Spawn, has crossed the boundaries from comic books to upcoming movie, television, and video game projects. In 1994, he created this successful toy company, Todd Toys, and has day-to-day involvement in the design of all product produced. Now, it only took, I think, a couple series. By series 3 or 4, they changed it from Todd Toys to McFarlane Toys and revamped the logo. I think McFarlane Toys sounds a lot better than Todd Toys. Todd Toys looks and sounds kind of generic. But yes, there you have it. This is the big and hefty Badrock. Also, it's important to note that some of these figures, especially the bigger ones like this in Malbolgia, you'll see on the bottom there's a little fold-up advertisement for collecting in here that shows all the action figures. I can't remember if there's a poster on one side. I don't think it's a poster, but it would be cool if it was. So there you have it, Badrock from Series 2. Yes, indeedy. Next up we have the individually packed Malbolgia in one of the paint variations. It's very slight, and what we're going to do is compare this to my double pack. This is Malbolgia. Also, for some reason, on the back of at least this one, they have decided to put Todd McFarlane's creator of Spawn clip and collect on the back instead of a card for Malbolgia. I don't know why. I have a feeling that they did put one on certain Malbolgia packaging, as I know that they did put Todd McFarlane on the back of certain Pilot Spawns too, instead of a card for him. So this is Malbolgia, huge, one of the biggest, possibly the biggest Spawn figure there is. It is really awesome to have this individually packed version, and as you've seen in a previous episode, if not, I suggest you check it out. We have here the collector's gift set with the alternate paint variation of Medieval Spawn and an alternate paint variation of Malebolgia. I can now confirm. As we'll see up close when we put these together, you might be able to tell just by me doing this. Probably not. They're very similar. But what we have here is a speckling of black dots on this Malbolgia, as also there is a slight darkening on his weapon and some slight variation in dark spots on his thighs and other parts of the body. Whereas this one, you have some dark splotches. If you find any specks on this, there's only like 1 or 2 black dots. They're very small, and you have a lighter gray colored weapon. This was released in 1995, and this was released in 1995 too. There is one more gift set that I know about, and I will be getting it soon. It's got a special version of Violator as well as a special version of Commando Spawn. Stay tuned for that, though I have not picked it up yet. I know where it's at. I'm eyeballing it. So this here is Medieval Spawn and Malbolgia. I'm not going to read Todd McFarlane's clip and collect again, but you'll see on the back, all I need now is Chapel and an individually wrapped Commando Spawn once I get the one that comes with the pack. and then the rest of my Angelas to come in. I'm sure there's at least 2 varieties of Chapel, and at least 1 more Malbolgia, as I said. Really cool stuff. I'm excited to have this. Link. My dog wanted to say hi. That's Link from The Legend of Chihuahuas. So that covers Series 2. Now we're going on to Series 4. We're going to start out with, I guess I might have to have Link in my lap for this one. Oh, okay. Alright, so here we have Scigor, and this is a special repaint that is black and gold and silver. I actually like this paint job a lot better than the one that is featured on the back, which has purple in place of the gold, and some green thrown in there. I really like this Cy-gor. I don't know a lot about Cy-gor, but we will read the clip and collect. You would think that this was one of the featured characters by looking at it, first judgment, that's featured from another comic book. But in fact, in this series, Series 4, the Max was the featured character. So here we have Scigor. The package, unfortunately, is very yellowed, and you can see that the back panel is a lighter blue because it's faded. It's been in the sun a lot. This makes it so I have She-Spawn and Scigor. I still need the Max, Clown 2, Shadowhawk, and Exoskeleton Spawn for Series 4. Let's see what the clip and collect has to say. Scigor. During the war years, governments tried to build superhumans, and animals were used in preliminary testing. Experiments were never conducted on humans because the results with animals went grossly wrong. One of these animals, Scigor, experienced numerous problems. He now roams the earth with both parts of a human and ape brain in a body as powerful as a tank. It's a pretty cool description, actually. So that is Scigor. You know, really disappointing when you get the yellowed packaging. It probably doesn't show up that much here, but it's pretty yellowed. Scigor's pretty cool, and I'm gonna have to get the other color variation as well. Now to top off this episode, we have She-Spawn yet again. And this was the original She-Spawn that I featured in a previous video. She-Spawn from Series 4. This is the black repaint. I really like this paint variation more. Unfortunately, this one is equally yellowed and came from the same bundle online from eBay as Scigor. This is the black repaint of She-Spawn. Yes, she's got black weapons, red and gray armor, black paint instead of this one. She had like the red paint, and well, you'll see for yourself. Check it out. We'll get close-ups right now. This was a pretty good series, you know. Shadowhawk, I had him when I was a kid. But the Clown 2 is sick. Exoskeleton Spawn is sick. Scigor's pretty cool. She-Spawn, awesome. And the Max is really cool. I might be getting the Max soonish if I can find it for a decent price before it goes up anymore. The Max sells for around $50 to $70 right now. I suppose we'll dive into the clip and collect one more time, even though we did do it recently. Just quickly, here's She-Spawn. Throughout history, numerous spawns have graced the earth, including female spawns. A talented tracker and warrior, She-Spawn spends all of her time hunting. She stalks both angels and violators, taking them on single-handedly, unlike our hero Spawn, who takes the more passive approach. Yes, She-Spawn will wrap it up for this part 7 of Spawn action figure collecting from 1994 through 1996 and so on. And here's a hint at the next one coming up for part 8. I'm just going to show you these two figures. One of them you've never seen before on this channel, but I want you to tell me what is wrong with them. There's something a little wrong with each one. There's one, that's Tremor, original Tremor from Series 1. And this is the gold variation of Tremor from Series 1, which was a re-release in 1996. There's something a little unusual about each one. They're different. Each one is something different, but this one, I'll just say it's packaging, and this one, it's the character itself. Well, we got a bunch more stuff coming, including Necroplasm Spawn, 2 different types of red Violator, one of them being the Japan exclusive in the original Series 1 packaging that's bundled with the Windows 95 disc. That's the Spawn Vault, Collector's Vault software. It's really awesome. Sealed. Everything's sealed, of course. We also have Gold Angela, Red Angela, so many things, so many things. Gold Violator, I've showed you. We are up to 42 sealed Spawn action figures so far. And it's moving up quickly. I have like another 12 on the way. I hope you guys really enjoy this episode, and I hope you enjoy collecting Spawn action figures. I don't see anybody else out there really going all in as I am here, and that makes it even more fun for me. It's more exciting every time I come across a color variant, a new type, all these Violators. Oh boy. Anyways, I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Don't forget to tune in. It's been really awesome doing this with you. Have a good day and evening, and goodbye, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Every time I take a look in these eyes, I realize these lines in my face are